Hey sis, what was that all about? Why were you at the pre-wedding get-together? Why? Because I'm part of the family, of course. More importantly, you better call me about important things like this. What? I was so surprised when I heard from my parents. They said, "We are not sure where the party is tomorrow, so please pick us up at the house." I didn't know anything about the party or where it was going to be held. What the hell? They did something so unnecessary. I didn't want you to come, so I didn't tell you. What do you mean you didn't want me to come? Isn't a pre-wedding get-together supposed to be attended by everyone in the family? I didn't want to introduce a loser like you to him and his family. You should have at least figured that out. What? I graduated from a prestigious university, and he graduated from the same university as me and now works for a big company. There's no way I could introduce you to him. I can't introduce a sister who is a high school graduate and does a miserable business on her own. What? I went to all the trouble of keeping it a secret for him that I have a sister. All my efforts have gone down the drain. What will you do if he becomes disappointed because of you? He never asked me about my education, and he won't be embarrassed if he does. I went to college, but because of a car accident, I was hospitalized for a long time. That's why I had to quit college, and that's why my final education is a high school graduate. Just tell it like it is. You may not be embarrassed, but I am. A high school graduate is still a high school graduate no matter what the reason. It's the lowest education possible. The lowest education possible? Oh my God, what should I do? I'm sure Robert would see me differently. That's not true. You'll be fine. In fact, he was interested in my work. When I told him that I run a cafe that uses vegetables, he listened to me attentively. That's why I don't like idiots with a high school diploma. You should realize that he is just being nice. Your business is just a high school graduate's cafe, isn't it? It's going to go out of business soon anyway. But you're talking like a business owner. You're an embarrassment. I'm trying hard not to go out of business. Please don't say such a thing. Anyway, don't try to stand out in front of him anymore. You are an embarrassment to me. If you don't want to disrupt your brilliant sister's marriage, stay out of it. Ava, thank you very much for today. I was very happy to meet you. I am very happy to be a part of the family from now on. I was happy to meet you too. I'm looking forward to your wedding. Wait a minute. You said the store is closed today, right? If you have time, may we continue our conversation a little longer? What? Actually, I love plants so much that I was wondering if I should go to an agricultural college. I even took care of all the plants and vegetables in my parents' garden. Really? That's why you were so interested in my work. Now I live in an apartment in the city, so I can't have a vegetable garden. That's why I admire a life like yours, Ava. Running a cafe with vegetables I grew myself is just a dream come true. I am so happy to make the acquaintance of such a person. Please let me visit your store and your farm. We are always looking forward to meeting you. If you want, you can plant your favorite vegetables in the extra space. Oh, you don't mind? Can I really do that? Of course you can. Wow, you're too kind. Actually, I heard from Harper that you and Herbert don't get along very well. So I was under the wrong impression that you were a cold person. You're not like that at all. In fact, you're insanely kind. That's not true. That's too much of a compliment. If you don't mind, could you please make the food for the wedding too? No, please make it. Please. What? You want me to cook for your wedding? Considering my job situation, I want to do the wedding by the end of this year. So we have already started to prepare for the wedding. We don't have much time, so we're planning to keep the ceremony simple. But we want to make as many people happy as possible. I think that's great. But then, why are you asking me to cook? My grandparents will be at the wedding, but because of their age, they have weak teeth. It's hard for them to eat meat. So I thought they would be happy if the food was mainly vegetables. I see what you mean. Besides, many of my friends are very careful about what they eat for their health. Harper's friend is also a model. I thought that if the food was vegetable-based, everyone could enjoy it without hesitation. There are more and more people who are particular about what they eat these days. If that's the case, I'll gladly accept your offer. Really? I can't believe I got to be involved in my sister's and her husband's wedding in such a way. As a sister, I'm also very happy. Thank you very much. Oh, but please don't tell Harper that I'm going to help. I'm sure she won't feel good about it. What? As you know, we sisters don't get along very well. So please keep it absolutely secret that I'm going to cooperate with you. Just explain that you found a suitable vendor. But is that okay? Maybe this will be a good opportunity for you to build a good relationship. That's fine. If you want, the condition of cooperation is that you keep me in the dark. I understand. If that's the case, I'll keep quiet. Let's discuss the menu and budget in secret. Thank you very much. Hey, Harper. Let me in the ceremony hall. Why did you kick me out? I kicked you out for your own good. A poor high school graduate doesn't have time to come to a place like this. What? I only invited you because of my parents and my fiancé. But to be honest, I don't want you to come to my wedding because you're a high school graduate. Besides, a business owner on the edge like you doesn't have time to rest, right? So why don't you go back to work? Otherwise, a cafe run by a high school graduate will go bankrupt in no time. Thankfully, we're not on the edge. That's why I'm willing to close the store for my sister's wedding. So please, let me in. Don't be so hard on yourself, you miserable high school graduate. How can a store run by an idiot like you be doing well? You're so stupid you can't even read a clock. What? What time do you think it is? You must be an idiot to show up 3 hours before the start time. Only the bride and groom are here at this hour. You high school graduate don't even know how to read a clock. Well, that's because we had a little preparation to do. Preparation for what? Have you been practicing entertainment or something? But I'm sorry, I don't want that. Go home now, you poor high school graduate. Oh no. To be frank, you're glad to be kicked out, aren't you? I mean, it must be hard for poor people to wrap up a congratulatory gift. But don't worry, I know exactly how my poor sister feels. You go home early and go about your business like a poor person. That's not going to happen. Today's my sister's wedding. I know you hate me, but as your sister, I want to congratulate you. Look, I'm just trying to be nice to you, can't you see that? I'm telling you in a roundabout way that you don't deserve to be at my wedding, so go home. Oh, He and I both went to prestigious universities, and all of my invited friends are well educated and well off. I don't want them to know that I have a poor sister. If you love me so much, don't do anything to humiliate me. I don't know why you hate me so much just because I have a high school education. I've worked so hard to get this far in my own way. A high school graduate is the bottom of the barrel. And on top of that, running your own business while tinkering with dirt is just too dirty for me. Poor people should work all the time. I don't want someone like you at my wedding. Are you okay without me? There's nothing wrong with that. It's a mystery to me what you're worried about. You go home and go back to your little cafe cooking your stupid vegetable dishes. I'll do that. Then you'll have to enjoy your wedding just with water today. What? Then I'll go home as you wish. Please apologize to all the invited guests, Harper. I'm sorry, Robert. I can't prepare anything for today's wedding meal. I had prepared drinks as well, homemade vegetable juice. But you would need to just have water for today. What? Wait, hey, Ava. What's going on? Just now, my sister Harper told me to go home and kick me out. She told me that a poor person like me should go home and work. She said she didn't want me to be at her wedding. What? I accepted the job of cooking today for free. Because it wasn't my job, I prepared it without considering the profit margin. I wanted to do everything I could for my sister. But she suddenly kicked me out and told me to go home. I don't have the energy to stay here, so I'm going home. Oh no. I was looking forward to today's cooking. I'm very sorry, but it's what the bride, the star of the day, wants. Now, if you'll excuse me. Hey, sis! I didn't know you were in charge of today's cooking. I heard Robert ask you to do it. Yes, he did. That's why I was there 3 hours early to set up everything. The preparation started a week ago. And yesterday I was up late preparing for it. I was up early this morning trying to set it up perfectly. But you told me to go home and work, so I will. You've got to be kidding me. If that's the case, that's a different story. Now get back here. The guests are about to arrive, and you need to get the food ready as soon as possible. I can't do it anymore. What? I came right back and I'm working on the farm right now. I can't go to the wedding in my jumpers covered in dirt. Besides, it seems I'm a poor person, so I have to work hard today. Don't be so stubborn. Just get here, or I'll never forgive you. I'm going to make a bad reputation of your cafe, and I'm going to destroy it. You told me to go home yourself, but now you're scaring me. I just did what you told me to do. But well, I came back here and I'm finally calm. I guess I shouldn't just abandon something you're asked to do, no matter how angry I am. I might be late, but I guess I should go back anyway. It's okay, Ava. You don't have to come back today. I am going to cancel today's wedding. What? Oh, I'm sorry. It's me, Robert, the groom. I just took the phone from Harper. Robert, what do you mean you're canceling the wedding? I want to reconsider marrying Harper. I never thought Harper was the kind of person who would look down on you because of your academic background. I became disappointed in so many ways that I couldn't even think about the wedding anymore. What? I immediately questioned Harper. I explained that I had actually ordered today's dishes to you without telling Harper, and that why she would kick you out. Then Harper got confused and started yelling at me. She said she didn't want a high school graduate to be involved in the wedding. Oh dear.
I was surprised that you had graduated from high school. But what surprised me most was Harper's sense of values. I didn't think the cause of your bad relationship was your educational background. And there's a reason why you are a high school graduate, right? I just don't understand how she could hate you so much.
Harper had to work hard to get into the university of her first choice. That made her even more proud of herself. She began to look down on me to an extreme degree.
I honestly think it's great that she has a high academic background, because it means that she worked hard for it. But that doesn't mean she can judge people based on their education. And to kick her own sister out of the wedding venue. I've been watching you and her interaction so far, but, to say the least, I'm shocked and disappointed.
I know. Harper is not afraid to call me a bottom feeder or something like that.
Luckily, the invitees haven't arrived yet. I'm going to call off the wedding right now. I'll come to apologize in person when things settle down. Well then, I'll leave you now.
What are you going to do? Yesterday's wedding was cancelled. On top of that, he wants to call off the wedding. He says he can't be married to me anymore. I heard that. My parents called me in a panic and I explained to them. Why does Robert take your side? He was really angry at me for making fun of you because of your academic background. He said that you're a talented person who can grow vegetables from scratch and even run a cafe. Why is he mad at me? It seems like Robert loves to grow plants. That's why he respects me so much. I think that's also why he can't stop being angry and disappointed with you, Harper. You have to convince him somehow. It's your fault that he's like this. You have to help me.
What?
Robert doesn't want to listen to me right now, but maybe he will listen to you. Please tell him that I'm very sorry and that I want him to reconsider the marriage.
What do I get out of that?
What? What do you mean? Your sister's life depends on it. Just go and convince him as you're told.
But I'm just a high school graduate that you always make fun of. And I'm a poor, self-employed person who tinkers in the dark. Poor people have to work without a break, right? There must be some benefit for that poor person to go out of their way to persuade him to do this.
Huh?
If I persuade him, will you give me a salary for it? Will my work increase? If there's no merit, then the poor will just have to work hard. I have to keep the cafe open today. I'm so busy, I don't have time to waste.
What do you mean, wasted? I told you, your sister's life depends on it. I'm in trouble and you don't even think about it as a sister.
But it's all your own fault.
What?
No matter how many times I warn you, you never stop looking down on me. Your messages are always full of abusive remarks about me. And you kicked me out of the ceremony yourself. And this is the outcome of that, isn't it? And you can't just conveniently come to me and say, go convince him.
Are you asking me to apologize for everything I've done? Or do you want me to kneel down and beg you to convince him?
There's no point in getting a heartless apology, and I'm not asking you to do that. I'm just saying that you deserve everything you get, and you shouldn't depend on me. You're an educated person, you can't even understand that?
Huh?
Well then, I'll leave you to it. I hope you and Robert can somehow make up with each other. I will be watching over you two quietly. Unfortunately,
Harper and her husband have officially called off their marriage. I heard that Harper has approached Robert many times to get back together with him, but he tells her,
I heard that you weren't even going to invite your sister to the meeting of both families. I'm growing more and more unable to have you in my life.
It seems that every time she contacted him, he lost more affection towards her. After that, Robert came to visit me at my restaurant with many of his friends. And once again, he politely apologized to me. And thanks to his friends' posts on social networking sites, my cafe was packed every day. If things continue to go well, I will be able to open my second cafe. You never know what can happen in life.